So, for those in our audience who may not be as familiar with AI, could you explain what artificial intelligence is in the context of a healthcare system?
I hate the term artificial intelligence. I'm speaking about it today, and the only reason I say that is it's a very generic term, and everyone reads into that what they want to. Some people read into that term the matrix, and some people read into that their iPhone. And the answer is it's everything and then some, right? It's that generic term that applies to any computer function sequence or capability that takes the place of a human having to do that function.
I'm sure that our audience members would like to hear more about the Center of Innovation, your team that supports the center, and just in general, the group's approach.
We began the Center for Innovation in a very unique way, which is that I made a speech, and that speech was on how this whole world, our world was going to change, and we either led the change or the change was going to happen to us because of the number of outside companies that were coming in having these discussions. So we only have 5 really dedicated employees in the center, a number of who are project managers, a VP of strategy, our director, who's our fearless Murad, our fearless leader there, and just the brilliant Sarah Pletcher, who's head of our strategy and innovation shop, as well as this team of incredible project managers. And they're the only dedicated people. The rest of us have a day job and an innovation job, and we love both of them. We don't have those fights between operations and innovation in the same way as other people have when innovation's off to the side because we're completely integrated.
If you wouldn't mind, maybe tell us a little bit about the center's innovation process. Do you go in and define goals and objectives and strategies and timelines, or is there a different approach for trying to go from point A to point B to point C?
We're operators. We're operators. And so that's the mindset that we take things from. The second one you notice about that is we're not builders. We never pretended that we could build things. But what we found is that if we partnered with companies, innovative companies that are doing incredible things, and worked with them to help them build their products, we benefited from that. And so we're in the business of healthcare. They're in the business of innovating technologies for us, and that partnership is really unique. We've been so blessed with so many incredible partners that we've had the opportunity to work with. We rarely invest. We're not an investing shop. We're a building shop. We're a scaling shop. We are a shop that is all about, can this improve the lives of our staff? Can it improve the lives of our patient? Can it improve quality of care? If it can do those things, we want more of it.
Is there a way, and I know this is hard, to boil this down to how do we define a failure versus a success?
Good innovations in your life go from creepy to can't live without them in a very short period of time. And that's a successful innovation. And that's really how we work and what we work. And again, every one of those have that level of artificial intelligence. But again, if it's not useful, it dies out very quickly.
If you wouldn't mind, kind of give us an overview of the center's successfully deployed innovations and maybe some of the impacts that you've seen across the hospital.
Change is really hard. We always say as human beings, like I'm a very adaptable person and I love change. And the answer is we don't. We don't love change. And that change management process is super hard. And not for the faint of heart. So the hardest part people will tell you is they're rich with ideas. We are rich with ideas in both the innovation community and in the provider community. But there's a difference in moving those ideas comes with an extraordinary amount of change management. And that is super hard.
It's probably inevitable that AI technologies will, from time to time, conflict with patient preferences. So maybe a few comments about that might be helpful right now.
And the answer is like these things are going to be in conflict. There are some things that you did them in the past and those days are gone. But at the same time, the question is, are we doing better for our patients? Are we improving the quality on the general whole, as opposed to on the one by one? People may have different preferences that we meet or don't meet. I can tell you the younger generation, half the times they just want a web and secure text talk to a doctor. They don't even want to ever see them. And in fact, they don't even want to see them on the screen. Like, why would you look at your bank teller through an ATM? Just give me my money. AI here, it's here to stay, it's here to grow, and it will get better. So really on the regulation front, we all balance, we're going to balance the desire to get these things out there and be useful, as well as protect us and our ability to make decisions. I mean, it's funny that huge amounts of the population want to make sure that their health information is protected, when 66% of people actually leave a doctor's appointment or a hospital and post the information on Facebook or Google. We want to make sure that these things are wide enough trained and they're used responsibly, right? We're using them for good and not evil. I think that's where we need for these balance of these protections to be. But what you don't want to do is not let them grow and let them flourish and let them continue to be better.
I'm curious, are there emerging trends and innovations that you might define as the most exciting or promising to you?
I do believe the these biosensors and now the cost per unit is getting to a point where I think that is insanely exciting, that we could get these in mass scales across all of our populations that need them. It used to be incredibly cumbersome. I think they're coming down, and the capabilities that they're doing are exciting. The ability to put cameras in each one of our rooms, both in inpatients, possibly in clinics in the future, to both take care of paperwork, to watch people when we need sitters on them, to help out people at home, right? I need to work. Mom's a little confused. Can I get her hooked into a TV with somebody who can watch her? Yes, right? The ability to expand healthcare and move it closer to the home, but be tethered to the healthcare system at a price point at which we can afford, that's coming. And I think it's coming because we're starting to look at how we do these things at scale.